A lot going on in the health and medical world today. Let's start with the first confirmed case of bird flu in Ohio. Joining me now is Dr. Payal Kohli, our TEGNA medical expert. So how concerned are you about bird flu becoming a pandemic?
You know, honestly, Monica, I'm not that concerned quite yet for a few reasons. First, this virus has been around for a while. It's not a new virus like the COVID virus was, and it hasn't mutated enough to go human-to-human transmission. Now, that's not to say it won't do that in the future, but it hasn't happened so far. Second, we have an effective vaccine. We're only selecting certain groups to give the vaccine to, but there is an effective vaccine. And finally, treatments like the Tamiflu are actually effective against this virus as well. So I think we need to keep a close eye on things, but at least at the time being today, I'm not that concerned that it's going to be the next COVID pandemic.
Well, we already have a case in Ohio. Are there basic things people can do to protect themselves now?
Very much so, and I'm so glad you asked that because, of course, it's flu season, so hand hygiene is really important. But especially for people that like to have eggs in the morning, have their milk in the morning, there is some concern that potentially raw milk or undercooked eggs or undercooked poultry or beef can transmit the virus. So I would strongly encourage people, at least while the numbers are high, and we have cases here in Ohio, that you cook your eggs fully. That means cooking the yolk as well. You make sure that all meat products get to at least 165 degrees internal temperature. So fully cook your poultry and your beef, and make sure you stay away from that raw milk as well.
So scrambled eggs from here on out.
That's right, scrambled eggs, little cheese on top. Yeah.
What about your pets? We've heard that pets can get bird flu as well.
Certainly they can, and we're seeing an increase in this population as well, both dogs and cats. So if you take your pets out to the park, make sure they stay away from any dead animals, any feces from the geese or the ducks or anything like that, and also potentially water that those animals may have played in. If the ducks are swimming in the pond, make sure your dog's not drinking that water.
Wow, that's something a lot of people don't even think about.
Right.
They let their dogs swim in that water. Well, maybe not now in the winter, but
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Let their dogs, so don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't let them drink. And then keep an eye on any symptoms. So animals can manifest in many of the same ways as humans, but sometimes they'll just present with fatigue or slowing down. Make sure you keep an eye on those symptoms.
I'm glad you brought up symptoms. It is flu season. Influenza A is everywhere. Our hospitals are full of it.
Yeah.
Does bird flu and regular flu have different symptoms?
You know, it can be a variety of symptoms, but for the large part, it's very similar. So you can get that fevers, the muscle aches, the coughs. You can get something called conjunctivitis, which is inflammation in the eye as well. And it can be anywhere from a mild illness to even potentially life-threatening. Certain groups certainly being higher risk for life-threatening illness, like older individuals and young kids as well.
Wow, great information and great insight.